Say the words out loud to some political wags and they will look at you as if you have just stepped on their cat. Democrats in trouble in California. But this round of midterms, there are so many things that are not as they have always been. And those very words were punched out this week in print by our next guest who knows that slice of the left coast very well. Welcome back to MidPoint. Former chairman of the California Republican Party, publisher of PoliticalVanguard.com, and seeing as he is based in San Francisco, he likely hasn't taken in much sleep since the Giants' big win in the World Series last night. Tom Del Beccaro joins us. Good, Tom. How you doing? You are a Giants fan, right, though, Tom? We want to make sure we get that straight, so you're not an A's fan. Tom can't hear us, so we're going to have to find out.
I can hear you. How
okay,
are you today?
You got me? All right, there you go. So I am right in a Giants fan, though. Am I good on that point?
Well, I'm actually originally from New York, but I hear President Obama wants to redistribute 2 out of the 3 of those championships to help the people running in the Midwest.
Nice dig. Very nice shot. Let's get to this now. Your article in Forbes, a sure sign Democrats are in trouble. Bill Clinton is in California. Wait a minute. Why is that a sign they're in trouble?
Well, look, the Democrats, you would think, would have the left coast sewn up. That's what you do early on. You lock down your base, and then you go and search for votes in the middle. And they need votes in the middle of the country. They need to save Arkansas. They need to save Iowa. They need to save North Carolina on the East Coast. And Bill's going to be going there next. But if you're only 5 or 6 days out and Bill Clinton's in California trying to save House seats, then you know the Democrats are having trouble nationwide.
Is California then changing before our very eyes? Because isn't California always supposed to be that bastion of Democrats?
Well, California has been changing for a while, and it's been changing towards the Democrats. Not only have taxpayers moved out of the state to places like Texas where there are jobs and other states, but there's an influx of people that we know, Asian voters. Actually, Asian voters are the largest or the fastest growing group in California. Also, we know about the Latinos moving in, and they are generally favorable to Democrats unless, of course, Republicans reach out to them, because on many levels, the Latinos and Asians agree with the Republicans, but Republicans in the state still haven't established the relationship with voters. I tell them all the time, would you ask a favor from your neighbor or a stranger? And everybody says a neighbor. And Republicans need to treat these voters as their neighbors, get to know them, and then they'll get their trust. They have an opportunity because California is #1 in poverty, and the Democrats are not helping them. Dropout rates for Latinos and minorities in the LA Unified High School District exceeds 60%. So they're not helping these people, but Republicans have to establish that relationship. So this is an opportunity, just like it is nationwide, to reach out to women, just like it is nationwide to score with the millennials who are unhappy with Democrats. Republicans have that opportunity here. We may see some small gains in California come next week.
I got about 90 seconds left here, Tom. You pointed out California is #1 in the country in poverty. Not only in California, but across the country, are you getting the feeling that people who have voted Democrat in the past are just sick and tired of being lied to? We've heard that from a number of people, and this is going to be the beginning, the midterm, then heading for the presidency, where they make the Democrats pay for it.
I absolutely do think so. That's what, especially among millennials, you see that they were promised a bright economic future by this president, and they're not getting it. Here in California, if you're not in the Silicon Valley or some of the better parts of the Los Angeles area that are booming, you're left out. The agricultural sector is left out. And so Democrats are struggling to save their seats there. But Republicans, if they want to succeed, have to be able to provide practical solutions to these people. They can't just let the Democrats fall down. You've got to provide concrete solutions to people's lives, and that can make a difference, and they need to do that before 2016.
30 seconds. Why are Democrats so least enthusiastic about voting this year? The polls all tell us that. Republicans more enthusiastic.
Absolutely. Well, look, the Democrats know that they're not doing that well either. This is a normal historical thing. In 2006, the Republicans weren't all that excited either, and the Tea Party was not far from being underway, and that's where Republicans fell down. The Democrats want solutions as well. Sure, the far left will vote Democrat no matter what, even though they're unenthusiastic. But still, they want some solutions as well, and they're not getting it out of this president. They're not happy with Obamacare, and they don't like his foreign policy.
The article, again, is at Forbes.com. The author is Tom Del Beccaro. Tom, thanks so much for joining us. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you.
All right, after a short time out, looking at the most recent polling number from key midterm races. And at 51 minutes after the hour, telling it like it is, time to take off the kid gloves and lambaste the egomaniacal nurse who doesn't seem to get what her profession is all about. That's coming up right here on MidPoint, where we question everything.